everyone, it's me Samuel Taylor Ackroyd and welcome back to my channel. In this video I will be unboxing and reviewing the Gemini Jets 1400 scale British Airways Boeing 747-400 model. So I will be taking a look at the box containing the model, unboxing the model, and then reviewing the model. But before I do all of that, I will give you all some information about some of BA 747s. The information I'm going to share was given to me by my friend Lee, who is also an aviation enthusiast, and I will leave the link to his Instagram in the description below, so be sure to go check his account out as he takes really good photos. So this aircraft is registered as Golf-Charlie International Victor November, or G-CIVN, and the aircraft made its last flight on the 16th of April 2020 and flew from London's Heathrow Airport to Kemble Airport. And the aircraft is currently parked up near the fence close to the road with its engines removed, and the aircraft will sadly be broken apart in the future. So I will list off different British Airways Boeing 747 aircraft, when they made their last flights and where they flew from and to. So Golf-Charlie International Victor West, or G-CIVW, made its last flight on the 22nd of October 2020 and flew from Cardiff to Dunsfold. Golf-Bravo Yellow Golf Charlie, G-BYGC, made its last flight on the 11th of December 2020 and flew from Cardiff to St Athan, and is the aircraft in the BOAC livery. Golf-Bravo November Left Yellow, G-BNLY, made its last flight on the 5th of December 2020 and flew from Cardiff to Dunsfold, and is the aircraft in the Landor livery. And Golf-Charlie International Victor Bravo, G-CIVB, made its last flight on the 8th of October 2020 and flew from Heathrow to Kemble, which is the same route that this aircraft flew on when it made its last flight back on the 16th of April 2020. And the aircraft Golf-Charlie International Victor Bravo, G-CIVB, will actually be kept at Kemble Airport for display, and it was bought by the CEO of Kemble Airport. So at least one British Airways Boeing 747 will be kept for display, and hopefully one day I will be able to go see it. I think it would be a really cool experience, but it will also be really sad. So now that I have given you all a bit of information about some of the British Airways Boeing 747s, let's take a look at the box containing the model. So on the front of the box we have the Gemini Jets logo as always. Here it says made for collectors by collectors. Here we have a picture of the aircraft inside the box. Here it says Boeing 747-400. Here we have the British Airways logo. And at the bottom right corner at the front of the box it says 1400 scale die-cast model aircraft. And here it says look inside. And as always, Gemini Jets lets you have a little sneak peek of the model inside the box because of the fact that the front of the box can be lifted up. So there's the top of the aircraft, and here we have some information about the aircraft. So at the top of the other side of the front part of the box, we have some really good information about the Boeing 747-400. I'm not going to read it all out. However, if you want, you can pause the video and have a look for yourself. And underneath the information about the Boeing 747-400, we have some information about this specific aircraft. So there it says Boeing 747-400. It is in the standard British Airways livery. Aircraft type Boeing 747-436. The serial number is 28848. The line number is 1129, registration Golf-Charlie International Victor November, G-CIVN, and the British Airways Boeing 747 is powered by 4 Rolls-Royce RB211-524G engines, This aircraft made its first flight on the 18th of September 1997 and was delivered to British Airways 11 days later on the 29th of September 1997. The maximum takeoff weight is 875 pounds, which is a lot. The aircraft's cruising speed is 580 miles per hour. The aircraft's range is 8,382 miles, and the aircraft can seat up to 416 passengers in mixed classes. And to the right side of all this information, we have some diagrams of the aircraft. There's the top of the aircraft, and there is a better picture of the aircraft. And here it tells you the length, the height, and the wingspan of the aircraft. So the length of the aircraft is 231 feet or 10 inches. The height of the aircraft is 63 feet or 8 inches. And the wingspan of the aircraft is 211 feet or 5 inches. So here we have the bottom of the box. Here we yet again have the Gemini Jets logo, and here it says 1/400 scale diecast model, highly collectible, superior quality, realistic metal landing gear, detailed printed graphics, and as real as it gets features. Here we have the top of the box. Here is the Gemini Jets logo. Here it says adult collectible model. Here we have a barcode with the item number right there. And here it says warning, contains small parts, unsuitable for children under 14 years of age. Both the left side and the right side of the box are exactly the same. Here we have the Gemini Jets logo. Here it says 1/400 scale diecast model. And here we have the item number. And here we have another picture of the aircraft, and here it says Boeing 747-400. So here we have the back of the box, and at the top of the back of the box we have another picture of the aircraft. Here we have the Gemini Jets logo. Here it says as real as it gets. And here we have some more information about how the Gemini Jets models work. And it says Gemini Jets brings you the highest quality precision die-cast metal airliners in highly collectible limited editions with officially licensed markings. Registration marked packaging is personalized to each aircraft to enhance its collectible value. And here it yet again says highly collectible, superior quality, realistic metal landing gear, detailed printed graphics, and as real as it gets features. And to the right of that, we have the link to the Gemini Jets website and to the Gemini Jets social media pages. So here's the link to the Gemini Jets website. Here is the link to their Facebook page, the link to their Instagram, and the link to their Twitter. And above that, it says new aircraft being added monthly. Visit our website or follow us on social media for latest releases. Now that is so true. They always release diagrams of the new models that they're bringing out monthly. And down here it says produced under license from the Boeing Management Company. 747 and Boeing are among the trademarks owned by Boeing. British Airways is a registered trademark of British Airways PLC and is used under license. And here we have a picture of the Boeing logo, and on the logo it says officially licensed product, and there it says 747. And at the bottom left corner of the back of the box it says copyright 2020 Gemini Jets Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. And here is the Made in China sign. However, the only thing wrong with the box is that it says copyright 2020 when this is a January 2021 release, so it's fairly new. So I've got this model around a month after it was released by Gemini Jets. So now that I have shown you all around the box, I can now unbox the model itself. And I'm going to unbox it the way that I have done with some of my other models. I just put my fingers through the bottom part of the left side of the box and pull it out, and then I pull out the plastic containing the model itself. So it's a very easy process, and it doesn't involve having to damage the box as much if you are wanting to keep the box. Now I just need to lift up this bit of plastic. And it can sometimes be a bit difficult, but not always. Sometimes it's easy to unbox, and sometimes it's not easy to unbox. I'll take off that bit of wrapper. And here it is, the model itself. Now, my first impressions is that it looks amazing. This is probably my favourite Gemini Jets model, so far at least. But this will definitely be a good addition to my collection, and I will definitely be sure to be very careful of the model since I have dropped some of my previous models. Since I dropped a few of my models, they have broken, but I have managed to fix them. Not properly, but I have managed to fix them in a good enough way. But I will definitely need to be careful of this model since it is a very important model. So here we have the front of the aircraft. Here we have the cockpit windows, and underneath that we have the first class cabin with the L1 door behind the first class cabin. Here we have the Speedbird check. Here we have the nose landing gear, and as you would expect on a lot of aircraft, on the nose landing gear doors, we have the last two letters of the registration of the aircraft. Here we have parts of the blue belly of the aircraft sticking out towards the sides of the aircraft. Behind the L1 door right here is another cabin, and I believe this cabin is Club World, and the cabin on the upper deck is business class. And here we have the left door on the upper deck of the aircraft. And here we have the rest of the British Airways logo. And here we have the second door on the left side of the aircraft. And behind that door is World Traveller Plus or Economy Plus, whatever you call it. British Airways call it World Traveller Plus. And most of World Traveller Plus, as British Airways call it, is over the left wing and the right wing of the aircraft. Here we have the third door in the aircraft, which is an over-wing exit. And from this door all the way to the back of the cabin is economy class or World Traveller, as British Airways call it. So from this door to this door to this door is economy class, which is where you will get most of your passengers on the aircraft. And here we have the left wing of the aircraft with engines 1 and engines 2. And that's the front of the wing. Just behind the engines we have the slats. Here we have the speed brakes. And here we have the flaps on the left wing. And since this aircraft is a Boeing 747-400, we have the winglets on the edges of the aircraft. And here we have the red navigation light on the left wing of the aircraft. And this part of the wing, just near the edge where the winglets are, is where the fuel comes out of if the pilots are dumping fuel from the aircraft. And at the back of the aircraft we have the back door on the left hand side, and to the left of that door we have the registration of the aircraft, Golf-Charlie International Victor November, or G-CIVN. And behind that door we have the tail of the aircraft. And the lines that you might be able to see at the back of the tail are the rudders. And we have the final three letters of the registration of the aircraft at the top of the tail, which I actually only just noticed. IVN, or International Victor November. And here we have both the left and the right tail wings where the horizontal stabilizers are. And you might be able to see that hole at the back of the aircraft. That hole is the aircraft's exhaust. And before I forget, we have an emergency escape hatch for the pilots if they need to evacuate from the aircraft. And you would normally only get one escape hatch in the cockpit per aircraft. You wouldn't normally get two and have one on each side. So now moving on to the right side of the aircraft. Yet again we have the cockpit, and just above the cockpit windows you can see the letters IVN, International Victor November. So we have the last three letters of the registration of the aircraft above the cockpit windows, which I didn't notice until just now actually. And here we have the windscreen wipers for the cockpit windows. Underneath the cockpit we have the first class cabin with the nose landing gear. Here we have the first door on the right hand side before the first class cabin. So this cabin here is first class. This cabin here is Club World. This cabin right here is World Traveller Plus or Economy Plus. And the rest of the cabin from this door to the back is Economy Class. We once again have the Speedbird check on the right hand side of the aircraft. And here we have one of the aircraft's antennas at the top of the aircraft. Here we have the right hand side door on the upper deck, which is where business class is. And here we have the rest of the British Airways logo. And of course we have a part of the blue belly sticking out at the sides of the aircraft. And here we have one of the aircraft's two cargo doors, which you might be able to see right there. So there is the front cargo door. And just underneath that cargo door, you might be able to see one of the antennas at the bottom of the aircraft right there. And of course, we have the last two letters of the registration of the aircraft on both of the landing gear doors for the nose landing gear. And here we have the right wing of the aircraft with the landing lights right there, engine 3 right there, and engine 4 right there. And at the front of the wings, just behind the engines, we have the slats on the right wing with the speed brakes here, and at the very back of the wing we have the slats on the right wing. And we have the antenna on the right wing of the aircraft with the green navigation light of the aircraft. And yet again we have this part of the aircraft where the fuel comes out when the pilots are dumping fuel from the aircraft. And here we have the back of the aircraft. So there's the tail. And like I said earlier, here we have the rudders, the last 3 letters of the registration of the aircraft. And speaking of which, we have the registration of the aircraft right here on the right hand side at the back of the aircraft, G-CIVN, Golf Charlie International Victor November. Here we have the back door on the right hand side. And here we have one of the other cargo doors on this aircraft. So there is one right there, and there's a smaller one just behind it. I assume just to put in smaller luggage and for people to actually go inside and put the luggage there. And we once again have the antenna at the back of the aircraft on the top with the tail right here. And we yet again have both of the aircraft's tail wings with, like I said earlier, the horizontal stabilizers and the exhaust. So now moving on to underneath the aircraft. And here we have the bottom of the aircraft with the blue belly. Here we have the nose landing gear. Here we have another antenna underneath the aircraft. You would normally see the logo of the companies who designed the models of aircraft underneath the aircraft. Here we have the main sets of landing gear. We have both the landing gear on the left and right wing, and the 2 sets of landing gear on the belly of the aircraft. Here we have the registration of the aircraft, Golf Charlie International Victor November, G-CIVN, and that is at the bottom of the left wing of the aircraft underneath. And that is everything you need to know about this model of the aircraft. It really is sad that British Airways have retired all of their Boeing 747s, just like other airlines such as Virgin Atlantic and Corsair, but it had to happen. And the 747 is an old aircraft anyway, but it's still very sad. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Remember to stay safe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.